Most people have a problem in marriage, mostly because of maybe this is part of it, not being able to balance what they do as career or what they do for living and their homes, you know. When I was about to get married, when my husband introduced me to my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law is, let me start from there. She's not a bad person. She's one of the wonderful person you can ever meet. She doesn't trouble anybody. She doesn't trouble me or anybody at all. But the question she asked my husband because of my career was how he intends to manage me because of my profession. And my husband was like, that is what I want. Uh, her personality is, she has her personality, she has her profession, they're not intertwined. And if you run your home the way it should, her personality or her career or her profession should not will not interfere with her she running the home. As it is, I am a lawyer, and that was her concern. And I appear to be kind of strong opinionated, and then she was kind of scared for her son, which is very understandable. So this person that is a woman that is a lawyer, you know, they're not submissive and all this stuff that people hear and say. So, and my husband said, I don't think I can marry or stay with any woman that is not a professional. So her profession is the number one attraction I actually have. And that was it. But the thing is, there are some people that, let's say, both women and men, for example, in this law profession now, which I know that was very, very common or particular, even when we were in school. I mean, you're dating somebody or you eventually married somebody. That is exuberance that you have, and that's your profession that you're just getting into. And those so many things you're learning about your rights, your responsibilities, and how you can actually say things and then you convince people, even though you know that the position you're taking may not be the right one. You apply that, you leave your office, you leave your workplace, and then you come back home, you apply the same status or the same scenario to your own family. It doesn't work that way. So I don't want to, as you're speaking, I was still looking at this topic and I was still trying to digest it and think about it properly. This is all I can say for now. Whatever career somebody has, whatever you are doing, or even business that you're doing, first of all, should stay out of your house when you're done, or stay out of your house when you're done. Come back to your family. Time should be equally shared to your work of hand and that of your family. That's what I can say for now.
Is individual specific. Yeah, what applies to one will not apply to the other. But I always say, especially if you're a man, you got to define where you are going with your life before you even think of marriage, right? Remember, there was you, then there was a career, then marriage came, then family followed. If you don't know where you're going in the first place, you make wreck of the remaining ones, right? So sometimes when I hear people talk about some things or drag about some things with respect to marriage and family, you think they confuse me because personally, I don't see those kind of things. It is the thing that I made up my mind to do, right? The marriage is not the goal. It's not the goal. It's one of those things I have to do in my journey to my goal. Yeah. So if I'm in this, and if I'm going in this direction, and I know that okay, one day I'm going to get married, I've already factored what the marriage will do for me in that overall plan, right? Because when you now you have your journey of life, then you have your marriage plus family. It's going to be a lot of mess. It's going to be a lot of mess. Why? Because you've separated your journey of life from marriage and family. They've got to be part of what is sustaining the overall goal. I know I tell men, please don't marry somebody who does not share your worldview. Well, if you marry and it's working for you, God bless you. But me, I don't think when I'm talking fertility, carry belle, now waiting no good, and you are not interested in it. Ah, we go get problem. You understand? Well, I want to be able to have a discussion around. Okay, this is the next phase of my business, and this is how it should go, and this is where I need you to be. Right? That would mean that automatically I was never always looking for somebody who is not doing anything that can compensate me. So sometimes when people make the bad choice, they make a shipwreck of their life, they turn it to say, okay, oh, this marriage thing is not working. Who told you it's not working? It was your choice anyway. So just own up to your choice and leave the rest of us to move on. I said all that to say, yes, you should have a career. But remember that marriage and family will come. How are you going to marry what you're doing in that journey of your career versus the marriage and family? Right? Because I don't think that people should. Well, it depends on you, every individual. Personally, I think that I don't want to be working for the government or for somebody all the days of my life. I should be able to establish my own thing, which will, by default, include my family. Not necessarily the same profession, but they are doing something that helps a portion of that my career or my business. You right? Because whatever career you choose, you go retire one day.
Yes.
So you must convert that your career to
Yes.
business.
So
And I always love the idea of family business. My 10 years old should be doing something in my office to sustain the. That is the way I think. I don't want to come back home and your spouse is now asking, where have you been since morning? Excuse you, where have I been? I've been working. You already know where I've been. So nothing should be by surprise. Because we're all of one mind. We're all of one heart, pursuing the same thing. I'm not gonna be having crisis with my kids. So I don't know why you are wayward. I don't know who taught you. Nobody will teach you anything because you have always been around the things I do. I'm not gonna force career on them. I'm not gonna force career on them. But they'll be so exposed that they are inspired to do the same thing. That's the way I think. I know Sabi argue. Wait till they argue. In my house, there's no argument. If you want to argue, go to your papa house first. When you don't tire to argue with your papa, come back. We'll continue our journey. I don't do all those things. Of course, I know that people have their own issues. But one thing I've always said when it comes to marriage, please own up to your choice. Marriage is choice. If you've made a shipwreck of it, own up to your choice. And don't rub it on all of our faces that everybody no good. Oh, women are bad. Oh, men are bad. That does not concern me. Because this thing is individualistic. Now, family, oh God, I thank God for family. Why? Because I'm talking about nuclear family. I'm not talking about those. My papa don't marry, don't enjoy in life, man, get out. Right? I'm talking about the one where they raised now. Why? Because now the reason why I made this statement, because someone say, oh, why do you talk about your dad like that? Calm down. Don't be everything be emotions. The reason I talk about it, because I see a lot of people who are helping their parents to live their lives again. That is wrong. When are you going to live your own life? I used to have a colleague from a few years ago. I think she's the only child of her mom, and the mother was a single mom. Now, this lady cannot move forward in life anymore because the mother is stuck with her. She cannot get married. Her job is suffering because mom is old and sick. Nobody else to take care of. So it means that mommy has lived her life, and now the daughter is living the life of mommy again. That is not a bad thing. But when is she going to live her life? She's more than 45 years old now,
wow,
and she has never tasted her own personal life.
wow.
So am I being hard on parents? No. And I say something. If I ever get old to the point where I'm not no longer adding value, I should just sleep and not wake up. I don't want to be a burden to children. I've lived my own. I've traveled places I want to travel. I don't want to talk bad thing. I've done everything I need to do, right? So it is their time. Let me not now stand in the way of their happiness. Look at how couples will quarrel over in-laws because in-laws will not stay in their lane. You want to live your life again in your children's home. It's not good. But I bless God for one thing. The end. I have more than enough time for my kids. I play with them, talk with them, listen to their story. And I would have decided to take up more than 2 more jobs to cover for that time. But it does not make any
Yeah.
sense because in the end, what is the job for? Is it not for them? I tell myself, put your hand where your hand reach. You are not in competition with anybody. Stay with kids, give them your value. When they grow up, if they want to become the president of IMF tomorrow, good for them. But one thing I've done, I've created a valuable time for them and invested